People who grew up in the United States during the 1960s were psychologically shaped by a decade unlike any before it, a time of upheaval, idealism, fear, and profound cultural transformation. Their formative years unfolded against the backdrop of the civil rights movement, the Vietnam War, the Cold War, assassinations of major leaders, and the rise of counterculture. From an early age, they were exposed to the idea that authority could be questioned and that society was not fixed but contested. This created a generation that learned to think critically, challenge norms, and remain alert to injustice, while also carrying a deep awareness of uncertainty and risk. Childhood in the 1960s often combined traditional family structures with a rapidly changing moral landscape. Many were raised with strong expectations around discipline, duty, and respect, yet simultaneously witnessed mass protests, generational rebellion, and shifting views on race, gender, and freedom. This contradiction shaped an inner psychological tension between obedience and independence that later translated into strong personal values and a desire for authenticity. They learned that identity was not simply inherited, but something to be questioned and defined. Growing up without digital technology also influenced their mental and emotional development. With no instant news feeds or constant stimulation, information arrived through television, newspapers, radio, and community conversations, making major events feel collective and deeply emotional. Shared experiences, such as watching historic speeches or war footage together, created a strong sense of social awareness and emotional connection. This generation developed patience, long attention spans, and the ability to engage deeply with ideas, music, and conversations, often valuing depth over speed. The cultural explosion of the 1960s left a lasting psychological imprint. Music, art, and protest were not just entertainment, but expressions of identity and resistance. Exposure to powerful messages about peace, equality, and freedom nurtured idealism, empathy, and a belief in collective action. Many from this generation carry a strong emotional connection to music and symbols from their youth, as these were tied to hope, belonging, and the feeling that change was possible through unity. At the same time, fear and instability were constant undercurrents. The threat of nuclear war, images of violence, and political assassinations created a sense that safety was fragile and life could change suddenly. This fostered emotional resilience, realism, and an ability to live with ambiguity. While some developed optimism rooted in activism, others adopted skepticism and caution, learning not to fully trust institutions or simple narratives. Socially and emotionally, people who grew up in the 1960s often value honesty, principle, and moral consistency. They tend to form strong opinions shaped by lived experience rather than trends, and they may resist superficiality or rapid cultural shifts that lack depth. Many carry a lifelong sense of responsibility towards society, believing that individuals have a duty to speak up, participate, and stand for something meaningful. Overall, the psychology of Americans who grew up in the 1960s reflects a powerful blend of idealism and toughness, hope and realism, rebellion and responsibility. They were shaped by a decade that forced them to confront injustice, question authority, and imagine a different future, leaving them with a deep sense of identity, moral awareness, and emotional strength that continues to influence how they see the world today.